Hey YouTube, Aiden/just Aiden. A little bit different video today. You guys are getting a peek at my practice. And I want to show you guys an exercise that I've been doing on and off for the last couple months, few months maybe. It's a Chris Olka exercise. He's a tubist, a very, very good tubist, has a bunch of videos. Go watch his stuff. Called Peanut Butter Long Tones. And I think this is a variation on the standard peanut butter long tones. Basically, you have a note in the middle. In this case, just an F in the staff that you return to every time, and you just kind of expand away from that in both directions. And well, I'm just going to play some of it. You guys can pick it up as I go. I'm going to play the entire thing today. So let's see what happens. So now that I've gotten to low F, I slur every time from F in the staff to B flat, bottom of the staff. Now every time I go down from that, I'm going to play F again, and then gliss from that note. So now I have this series of notes that I play every time, and now I'm glissing from F. Now that I've hit C, every time I hit a fourth now, so I hit F from B flat, that's a fourth. Now C is a fourth below F, that's another fourth. Next time I hit G, every time I hit a new fourth, that's my new pivot note that I gliss from, that I move from. So now my pivot note is C. This does a lot of things for me. I'm just going to break it up for a second. I have to stay relaxed the whole time. I have to play with focus the whole time. My real indicator, if I'm doing this well, is if the F at the top still feels good. A lot of times, and maybe I'm doing this right now, I'm not entirely sure, the F at the top will start to get really sharp because I'm using tension to get up to that note rather than just letting my air get up there and just sitting on this nice easy F. So let's see what happens. C is my new pivot note, so I have to play F, B flat, F, C, and then my next note. I had to think about that for a second. Get a lot of spit build up. Have to start over. did that one twice. The first time I felt like the D and C at the bottom, pedal D, pedal C, really lost a lot of resonance. I was playing them, but they were really not coming out the way I want. You can tell, I think you guys can probably hear this, the F when I come back at the top feels and sounds a little different than it probably should. I'm not happy about that. I think it's better than it has been, but I'm showing you guys my practice. This is not like performance ready. This is me improving. I actually made a video of this month and a half ago, and I watched it and I was like, that sounds so bad. I'm not going to show you guys. So sadly, you don't get to see the actual improvement. You just get to see how bad I am right now. And the last couple ones I'm not very good at. You have to play so many notes in between playing the lowest one and coming back up that I kind of exhaust all my air. I've gotten a lot better at this. I used to not be able to even play all the way down and back up in one breath. So, hey, getting better at it. So that's the down sequence. Basically, the first interval is a fifth, just because there's a fifth between F and B flat. All the rest of them are fourths. And you heard me mess it up a couple times. Sometimes I check in to make sure I'm actually playing things well. Now let's go up. Now it's all fourths. So the very first one, I go F to B flat, starting on the same F, and I'm slurring up, and then I go to B, and then I go to C, etc. And that's my pivot. And then once I get to E flat, that'll be my new pivot. Let's see how this goes. This is the harder part on bass trombone. Obviously, going up, probably not as comfortable of a range. This is also an endurance exercise. Some of it for the face, mostly for breathing. It's really easy, especially as we go up, because you don't use as much air to kind of take shallower and shallower breaths, and you just kind of screw yourself over if you do that. When you play low, you kind of have to take a full breath or else you're not going to be able to get through it. Let's try it. Whew, now I'm going to make the F feel easy again. Feels like I'm tensing up, getting ready to play high. As I did when I went low, I'm trying to stay on the new note, the one that I just got into, for a little bit longer than the rest. The rest of the notes I'm going to play 1,000 times. I really want to see if I can make that feel natural. Right now, up to the D, feels okay. Maybe you guys hear some wavering and stuff. My airspeed is way different than I was just using, so I got to get used to that. My biggest foible is I cannot natural slur between B flat and E flat. You're going to hear that about 1,000 times. You hear me start a few of these over again. I really don't want to throw away the first couple notes. I really want every single note to sound the same. Obviously, you guys are going, Aiden, all of them sound bad, or what? These ones here sound bad. Yeah, I know. This is not perfect. to keep the air moving when I get up there. It's so easy to just slightly back off, and then you get little double buzzes and fuzz and stuff in the sound, and you're using your chops way more than you need to be. I'm really trying to make all the slurs as liquid as possible. They probably don't sound that way. So maybe there's some schnoz in there. I don't want to slur well between those notes. It's not a great range on this instrument. And once I kind of go as high as I'm comfortable with, not comfortable with E flat on this, I just kind of glitz down, play a low B flat scale, and then I take like 3 to 5 minute break. I just don't play at all. Put the horn away. Let the face rest, kind of figure out what went wrong, what went right. I think that was pretty good. That's the best I've actually ever done that on the bass trombone. So, you know, probably not a very high standard right now. I want to keep making that better. But in practice, it's okay to make those bad sounds as long as you're trying to improve them all the time. You're not just doing the same thing over and over and over again. I actually stopped playing this for a little bit because I realized I was just kind of going through the motions, playing the ranges, but kind of just making myself worse because I wasn't trying to improve it. Hope you guys learned something. That's peanut butter wonton. See you guys next time.